All right, so I'm merging a video of cantilever scope mount, my $12 46-cent one off at eBay, and the shooting. It's all merging together on my phone, and I ran out of storage on my phone, so I wanted to go over the results, and I also kind of made it a review on Hornady Frontier 55 grain, Winchester 55 grain, and my 55 grain, and some of my sort of carelessly thrown together 55 grain. And I still think the results are pretty inconclusive because there were too many variables, and the two main ones was I should have used a rear bag to keep the rifle steady, and the second one was I should have allowed time for the barrel to cool. But I do say it was funny. So this is screwed up 25, and this is what it shoots like at 100. And then the top two miss the paper. That's the Winchester. So I started off with a good group. It climbed. I don't know if that's because of the heat of the barrel or me just sight picture changing as I shot. And it kind of settled in. I think that was because the scope settled in after adjusting. And so I think the group should be kind of that group. But so I say there, the barrel's getting hot too. But then there's my good rounds. That's 4 through there, and then one, half inch higher, about an inch group or whatever. And that's not a fine-tuned load. But so you could say like, well, that I just got lucky with that. But then there's my cheap load that I didn't spend any time loading, and I just use the throw, and I throw about 24 to 24 and a half grains. And so that was wide. So then here's a real hot barrel, and I gave Hornady another chance, and then I got like 1.25 inch group with it. So we could say it just got hotter and hotter, and the group spread, except that on the third group, my more expensive bullets with a more consistent load, like I think it was right at 24 grains. That one shot the best. So I wouldn't say that Hornady or Winchester are bad shooting loads. I just say that I should have been more steady, and that probably all those groups would have looked better if I had a rear bag, and all those groups would have looked better if I would have let it cool down and maybe ran a oily patch through it and gave it a chance. I did go down to 300 yards. The bullet drop, not ideal for long range, but you like the tactical turns for that. You could be right on, but I think it'll be close enough for shooting like steel down to 600. And I was really happy with the mount for $12.50. In my video coming up, you can see where I lapped it. There was definitely some high and low spots that I took off the finish, but I see that on expensive mounts too. And then as far as grouping, I don't think it was moving. I don't think the scope was moving at all, and mostly me. And I always shoot best off a bipod and a rear bag. And yeah, I think that was more the thing there. So I'm gonna try to put this up and say that Hornady and Winchester are probably fine. They're probably inch group capability if you got the right shooter behind the rifle, right? But yeah, my more expensive bullets that I loaded up, even without working up, did group better. So Um, what else? I wouldn't say they're bad rounds, though. It's not conclusive that it was them and not me. It was definitely the heat of the barrel. I mean, by the time I shot the fourth group, it was getting like pretty hot. And I know you're not supposed to get barrels hot, but it's hard when you're shooting a semi-auto and having fun and only have limited time. So, yeah, I'm gonna try to do this as like a, I guess it's but I'm gonna link my video about mounting the scope and some of the results. I'll link it to it. So this is right under 8 minutes, so hopefully it's not too boring.